Stop right there. Yeah, you. If you like all things entertainment, current events, or Hollywood, then look no further. Creator to Creators, hosted by director Meosha of Horror Noir, interviews filmmakers and creatives from around the world. Join in on the fun, guest celebrities, and informative information to have as a creator. Hit subscribe and stay connected to Creator to Creators.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Creator to Creators today. Today, we have a special guest.
Dakota Walker.
Welcome to the show, my friend.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad to finally talk to you. I think because when I first met you, I just instant like you just had like this, I don't know, magnetic kind of vibe about you. And I was like, oh, I like to hear like to talk to you more and like know about more about your story because yeah, you're just very lovely when I first met you.
Likewise, I think it was mutual. I think it was mutual.
Awesome. So I like to start with every guest like from the beginning. Because I always say like, our childhood is like kind of what shapes the direction of where we're our trajectory, where we go in life. What was your childhood like? And, how did you kind of find your way going into the direction or even finding, doing what you're doing now?
Well, my childhood, I grew up playing sports my whole life, so I've kind of always been structured in the sense of always playing a sport. Kind of, if I'm not at this camp, I'm leaving this camp to go to another one. So my childhood was just filled with just various sports, summer camps, doing that whole thing, and I was blessed enough to receive a full football scholarship to the
Wow.
University of South Carolina,
Wow.
and that was a blessing for sure. But what got me into this industry, I never pictured myself in a million years to be doing this. I thought I would be playing football still or something
Yeah.
in athletics.
Wow.
I did go to school for criminal justice, so I always had
Oh,
an interest in like law enforcement, investigations, things of that nature. Never knew how to actually get into the industry of executive protection.
hmm.
Um, After being a former professional athlete, I got approached about an opportunity to get me in this industry, and I kind of just took it and ran with it.
I love that. I
Yeah,
love that. Like the opportunity came and you just seized it. That's
yeah.
really cool. I mean, were you kind of like, I mean, obviously football and sports is like your heart. Were you kind of like, oh man, I really wanted to give that a try and, but I think you're doing fantastic what you're doing now. You're
Oh yeah,
amazing.
yeah, no, for sure. But I mean, obviously, yeah, I had my moments where it's like, you still want to play the game, and even when I couldn't play football any longer, I kind of transitioned over to boxing. I even fought
Oh,
professionally boxing for a little bit, but
nice.
after a while, it was time to kind of like get things in order and kind of get that career going. So, kind of just put the focus on that, and the rest was history.
That's so cool. Were there like, I mean, when you first got into it and started, like, were there like was it like, how was that process? I'm sure it was a lot to learn. It was a lot to take in. I mean, was it difficult or you just kind of like fell into
So
it?
the process for me, I mean, and it varies from everybody because I mean, there's former like FBI, Secret Service guys or military guys that kind of like dive into that once they've done their profession.
Hmm.
But for me, I got approached. I went to this academy called Gavin DeBecker and Associates.
Mm.
Basically, it's like an executive protection school. Um, and you're there for a few weeks going through all the things that's necessary for EP, EP meaning executive protection.
Hmm.
And once I graduated, I got thrown into the wolves and to the fire. And basically, my first client was Mark Zuckerberg.
Ah,
Um,
that's interesting. How was
yeah,
he?
CEO of Facebook. Yeah, he was great, great.
Awesome.
Busy man, humble guy, family man, smart. Um, and it was just cool. It was a unique situation working with him.
Yeah, that's cool. So, do you like, how does it like the process? Is it like, obviously there's different clients that you have, but like, um, do you know how long you're going to be with them, or is it just kind of like, okay, this is going to be this person for,
Well, it varies off a contract. So whatever you kind
okay.
of sign the contract for me, usually it's year to year basis.
Okay.
Um, but like my past contract with former President Trump, that was for 4 years. So
Mm.
it just varies on whoever you're dealing with.
Where's well, I'm sure that's like a really kind of, being with, the high profile people. I'm sure it's kind of there's high stakes, right? Have you had any situation where you're like, oh my God, this could be potentially dangerous or something could happen? And I mean,
A
I'm
few
sure.
times, a few times, a
Mm,
few times. Can't really get into detail
right.
about that, but yeah, there's been multiple occasions where high profile clients had to be escorted out quickly of different situations for sure.
Wow, that's pretty scary a job, but like also like very admirable and very like heroic too, like to like you're protecting and serving and helping someone to stay, you know,
For
safe.
sure. I mean, granted, this industry, this career isn't for everyone. It takes a special person to, go outside every day and not knowing if you're gonna make it home. Obviously, that's the goal, but that just
Mm,
comes with it, you know. God forbid if there's a situation that goes off. I mean, you're there, your first response. So, you got to take the bullet, so to speak,
mm, yeah.
literally.
Wow.
So, once you get to that understanding of what you're in it for, you'll appreciate it more.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine. I can only imagine who, I mean, do you have like, I mean, maybe you can't say, but like any clients are like, oh, I really like this client. This client's fun. There's always something
Oh, absolutely. My favorite probably Beyonce. Um,
that's cool.
um, and probably my current right now, Will Smith.
Ah, Will Smith. Great. Fantastic. So yeah, he's back out. I love that. I love that
Mhm.
that he's doing his thing. As a, so you said you also trained, have all this stuff and forensics
Investigations, right?
investigations. Yeah. Is that something that you kind of want to get into a little later on? Because that's also like, or is that
Well, it comes hand in hand with the job.
okay?
Sometimes a client may approach you as far as like, hey, I need you to check out XYZ, or we'll do our own investigations on whether it's
Gotcha.
um, a trespasser or whatever the case may be. We call them bolos, be on
Cool.
the lookout type of,
Okay.
yeah. So we'll run investigations on those
Oh,
various people to make sure it's not a threat or why they came on the property or whatever the case may be. So
that's
that
interesting.
that goes hand in hand with the job.
Oh, okay, okay, I see. That's really cool. Have you like I mean I'm sure like I mean now in your life because you've had a lot of clients and I'm sure it's a fantastic career, but is this something that you kind of want to kind of branch off to do outside of this?
The goal eventually is to put guys in my position and kind of just oversee it.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, it's just finding the right type of guys. Again, this type of job isn't for everyone, and you need someone that's going to actually do the job and kind of not get caught up in the lights or the
Mm.
clientele type of thing. So it takes a special person.
Yeah, like that's like a separate thing. Like, okay,
Yeah.
this is your job and yeah, this is here and this
You
is
got to
like
be able to keep it separate, and not get caught up in the moment. And
mm,
the moment can't be too big for you. You know what I mean?
mm,
So you
yeah,
got to have somebody that's an even kill mind. Nothing's too big. No client is too overwhelming to work with, or
right.
you know what I mean. So it's just about finding the right person that can just handle what comes with it.
No, that's fantastic. That's a fantastic place to, that you want to like oversee other people. That's really, really cool. Have your own uh, brand like business or however
Yeah, well,
that.
because I have my own company now, but the goal is to, instead of me just running it,
Yeah.
put others in place to kind of help this thing. But again, it takes special individuals, so you can't. It's not for everybody. It's not for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, yeah, that's I think what you do is amazing. And like it's interesting what you said about having a separate thing. I think, that's also this industry that like, in the film from my background, it's like I think a lot of people wanna it looks amazing what we show you
From
and
the
put out.
outside.
Right.
Right,
But
right.
the work that goes into it,
It's a lot.
it's a
It's a
lot.
lot. It
It's
is. Yeah.
it's a lot. And I think, we live in a society and a generation that I'm sure it's like, oh, that's so glamorous. Like even what you're doing, like you put a photo up, right? Someone's like, oh my God, man. You're like,
Right, but don't even know like the behind the scenes, like me waiting 50,000 hours for the client to get ready, or
right.
just just all the things that go behind. Like, but it's so crazy. As you mentioned, you post these pictures and like people run
Mm,
away with these narratives, like, oh, that's so cool. But it's like, yeah, that aspect is cool, I guess.
yeah.
It's just a picture, but it's things that go beyond that. The moving the client place to place,
Mm,
doing the advanced work, meaning checking out a location before we actually get there, and just
mm,
doing all the things that go behind the scenes that you don't really get to see. You just see the picture and the glitz and the glam,
yeah.
but that comes with it. So it's,
And
it's
I think that'd actually be interesting to see. Like, I don't know if that's even like possible to do. Like to I don't know if that would be a reality show or like what that would look like, but like
it
that would
definitely
be
could
interesting
be.
to see like the maybe not everything, but like just that kind of the ins and like outs of what you do and like you said, the setups, the hours of wait, like all this kind of stuff. And I think that would give people a different like, oh, like an inside, which I've never actually seen that. That would be something to
Right.
look at.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts that the norm, the masses kind of overlook and wouldn't even think about what we think about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Mm.
yeah, it's moving parts, a lot of moving parts for sure.
That's so cool. I remember you mentioned something about like you wanted to you're starting a podcast soon or right or a
Yes, yes, I
show.
got all the equipment, everything set up. I just have to actually do it now. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
So
you're
it's
a
all
busy man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so tell like yeah, I'm curious like what kind of made you want to start this particular podcast and like what direction are you trying to go with it? I'm so curious.
So I just feel like over the years and from what I do as far as work, just there's a lot of knowledge there as far as like I don't want to really like get into specifics as far as what
Yeah.
we'll be discussing,
Yeah,
but we're not going to touch on politics. We won't touch on religion, things like
yeah,
that, but more
yeah.
so just like lifestyle, safety, obviously having a security background,
hmm
but more so just lifestyle, current events, um, just what's going on in today's world type of thing.
Yeah.
Everything under the sun type of thing, but no politics. Yeah,
I know, right? It's kind of hard to
yeah.
it's like once politics is involved, it's like, oh
It's,
man.
it's problems. Yeah. I do it enough just from having my last client. So yeah,
I bet. I bet. I bet. Yeah, because it's that I think it is something, I always say like um as a creator, like I try to create things that I want to create and want to see from in my field, but yeah, politics are involved. I just had someone on, we're talking about how we're living such like a kind of cancel culture where it's like you can never be too left or too right or it's like
we're in very sensitive times. You got to watch what you say. You got to watch what you do.
scary.
It's different. Yeah, it is because it's like there's no room for error today. It's like God forbid if you say something mistakenly.
Mm,
I mean, it's like you're beheaded. So it's like you gotta just kind of just move with a caution and kind of just be aware of the sensitivity of the world today.
yeah, it is something. I really don't know how we got here, but I always think it's social media. I don't
I would
know.
I would say social media plays a major part in it.
Mm,
Um, you got to look. I mean, just the way the world's working. I mean, everything is off the phone, so we're on the phones already. So, in the sense of things, everybody on social media is the news in a sense. We're
right.
all kind of like reporters in a sense. So, I think um, that's kind of how cancel culture came about through the social
Mhm.
media. I feel like.
Yeah. Definitely. Also, I'm curious because I know we're kind like we're kind of out of the whole COVID situation, but I remember when COVID did hit, a lot of things had like stopped w within in our my field of there wasn't I wasn't getting calls on to go to set. There, there was like you're staying home, everyone's scared to be on set. There was so many people. And if you were working, it's like two, three people crew. It's like super small.
Right.
And it was kind of a difficult time for me, but also I learned a lot during that process. But I wonder how that was for you. Were you still, was that a lot of clientele or was it kind of difficult in those times
No,
too?
so kind of like, hey, just how you were, like in this industry, entertainment, if people can't move, I'm no asset. So
Mm,
yeah, when COVID hit and things were shut down, yeah, if clients aren't moving, you're not really needed.
mm.
So yeah, there was a dark moment there where work wasn't going on, but
Wow.
I also do personal training as well. So
Oh, okay.
it was kind of like a hand-to-hand thing. That wasn't working out right now because of what the world was shut down, but clients want to continue to work out, obviously. So just kind of did that to balance that out until things kind of opened back up.
Yeah, thank God.
Right,
Um,
right.
that was definitely a dark time, but okay,
Yeah.
personal training, that's awesome. I mean, how did you you
Well,
do it all?
yeah, but it kind of goes hand in hand with the job. Like I'm no good
True.
if I'm not my best. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So why not, it's a lifestyle. It's
yeah.
a lifestyle. So, if I can help others along the way, so be it.
Yeah, you have a great physique, Do you like are you like are you a strict diet? Like what do you like?
I wouldn't say strict diet, but I try to eat, the right things. I stay within the fried foods. Definitely try to, eat my proteins, my greens.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I wouldn't say it's a strict diet. I just don't eat bad food,
Mm,
So no processed food, everything's organic,
that's good.
made that day. Yeah, I don't do the frozen foods, no fast foods.
Ooh.
Um, yeah, no McDonald's, Carl's, like none of that. I don't eat none of that.
Out of there.
So
Get the
yeah,
junk.
and then the thing is, it's like when you want a quick snack or something, just get like some fruits, get some
Mm,
bananas, apples, or things like that. And I think as we get older, we kind of neglect those things,
that's true. Hmm.
But in my profession, I'm no good if I'm like overweight or not at my best to like be active or get the client out of a distressed moment. So
Right.
fitness goes hand in hand with the job.
Yeah, wow. Do you see yourself like in the next, I don't know, with everything going, I mean, do you see yourself doing this for a while or do you want to kind of transition to something else? Like, is there something else that you want to pursue other than, getting the client, people to
Really,
facilitate it?
to be honest, like I'm blessed. I'm doing exactly what I want to do.
Love that.
And
Love
then
that.
now I'm gonna like transition and focus on like doing the potting and
Love that.
get that space going. But what I do for work doesn't feel like work for me. That's why I go
Love
so
that.
hard. You know,
Yeah.
I love it. And
I
then like
love
it makes work even better when you get to work with people that you admire. Like I grew up watching, well, we all grew up watching Fresh Prince. Who
Oh
didn't?
yeah.
So
Oh
like
yeah.
to like
Mhm.
be able to like work with that man on a day-to-day basis and to see his energy, his humbleness, especially with the climate of everything going on with the whole thing. So it's
Yeah.
like to
Yeah.
like see him in a good space and just day-to-day solid individual, humble, respectable, solid. And it makes me showing up for you nothing. I have no problem. I'll go above
Mhm.
and beyond, because
Yeah.
you make that environment so lax.
Mm.
So it's
That's
a blessing.
awesome.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get religious or anything, but I literally wake up and thank God every day for the opportunity.
I
You know,
love it.
yeah.
That's when you know I think that's when you know when you found your
Your
calling,
calling,
you
yes,
know?
yes,
Like when it doesn't feel like work. Even yeah, like there are times I'm sure that there are hard times and hard days, but
oh,
I mean that's
yeah, for
just
sure,
life.
yeah. And like every day is not gonna, yeah, some days busier than others, but at the
Mhm.
same time, it's like I know what I signed up for. I know what comes with the craft. And at the end of the day, I chose to do this. Like I didn't have to do this. This is what
Right.
I decided to do, and make it a career. So it's cool. And then like, I get approached by various people sometimes like, hey man, how do I get in the industry? So I think eventually some type of consulting firm where I can like teach guys how to like tap into this
Yeah.
because it's a small industry and a lot of people don't really know how to get in. And to be honest, I didn't even really know how to get in. I got approached.
Hmm.
So, if I can like spread knowledge and drop gems to guys, so be it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I love that. I like to ask everybody this on the show, and there's no wrong answer.
Mhm.
But uh, would you rather want respect or loyalty? Which one would you choose and why?
Well, I would choose. Can I choose both?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, because I feel like you can't have one without the other, and
Mm,
like they're kind of like hand in hand. Um, with the loyalty comes respect, but if there's no respect, there's no loyalty there. So I think you can't have one without the other. So I would have them both
I like that. It's a good answer. I like that
for sure.
answer. Yeah. I agree with that. If someone really loyal to, they're gonna, because not everybody who's loyal to you respects you. So there is that.
Exactly, exactly,
There
exactly.
is that.
So
That's real.
yeah, that would be my
Absolutely.
take on it. I need both.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Gotta be down with the team.
nah, for
It's
sure, for
very rare
sure.
to find good, solid people these days. But when you do find them, you can hold them close.
Protect your village. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Is there so we can for those that are listening, the podcast, you think that'll be out sometime next year or
Oh, hopefully before the end of
all
this
right.
year. Yeah, yeah. It's like I said, it's just about budgeting my time.
Yeah. Well, I'm
You have a free
excited.
day. Sometimes you just want to like lay up and watch TV, but it's like I could be potting right now. So it's just about managing my time better.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to see it and or to hear it. Is it going to be video? Are you going to be recorded
Yeah,
too?
absolutely, and definitely need to bring you on.
I
Absolutely, touch on
appreciate
some
that.
things for sure. No, absolutely.
I appreciate that. Yeah, the potting started with during the beginning of COVID because I was
Mhm.
like, I gotta talk to some people because I was talking to like myself around the house. This is not healthy. So I
Yeah,
was like, but I'm so glad I started it because it actually has grown significantly. And I didn't think I was going to keep it going, but there are people that were like, you should keep it going because it's industry stuff and you're talking to different people from different, not just film, but different industries
all
that are,
markets.
yeah, all markets, because everything is, like I would never have known like this, all that your job intakes it from the outside looking in. It's like,
Yeah,
wow, what you're doing is so like it's like it seems like a huge responsibility, but
right.
like it's so good to hear like your perspective and your story. And so yeah, I just find this is why I do it because it's just great information just to have and to know. So
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
definitely.
And at the same time, I don't mind, being on and talking about it as well. So
Right, because there are people that are like, nah, I
yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Gotta
can't.
spread love. Gotta spread love.
Absolutely. And you have a great podcasting voice. I don't know if I ever told you, but I think your voice is it's nice. It's like a really nice, I love
You mentioned that before,
I
and
was
I
like,
appreciate that. I never heard that before,
are
but
you serious? You've
never,
never?
never. But I appreciate it for sure.
You can do voice
Absolutely.
acting and all. Like you have a really, it's like not only just commands attention, but it's like, it's very like, almost like, it's like soothing in a way.
Well, that makes me feel good because like when we start the pod and it's a help. So, maybe we'll get more viewers,
Yeah. Like,
we'll
hey,
see.
ladies.
Yeah, 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 you never know.
Never know.
Yeah.
No, thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure
Oh,
talking to
anytime,
you and
anytime.
yeah, thank you. And wish you all the best with everything and congrats on your podcast. And yeah, we'll definitely have to do this again later
Oh
on.
yeah, absolutely. And thank you for having me. Love the conversations and let's do it again.
Definitely. Where can people find you on social media so they can follow you and all that good
Oh
stuff?
yeah,
Right
so the
away.
social media, well, Instagram is Dakota. the bodyguard.
Mm,
Dakota, the bodyguard is the Instagram. You can find me there, or Snapchat is King Koda, KOTAKO. You can
love
find
it.
me there.
Love it. Awesome. Well, guys, until next time, always remember to live, love, laugh. See you guys later.
Peace.